She had the voice of an angel, the spirit of a rebel, and a story that ended far too soon. This is the untold journey of Mama Cass Elliot, the powerhouse behind the mamas and the papas. Cass Elliot was born Ellen Naomi Cohen on September 19, 1941, in Baltimore, Maryland. She was the daughter of Philip and Bess Cohen, a Jewish family of modest means. Ellen was the eldest of 3 children, with siblings Leah and Joseph. Her family later moved to Alexandria, Virginia, where she grew up. As a child, Ellen showed an early love for music and theater. She developed a strong singing voice, standing out even in school performances. She was also known for her sense of humor and lively personality. Growing up overweight, she often felt self-conscious about her appearance. Yet she used humor and charm to win friends and express herself. By high school, she was deeply involved in acting and drama clubs. She attended George Washington High School in Alexandria. There, she was voted most likely to succeed, despite not fitting typical beauty standards of the time. Ellen was inspired by Broadway musicals and dreamed of a stage career. After high school, she briefly attended American University in Washington, D.C. But her passion for performing pulled her away from academics. She moved to New York City to pursue theater and music. While in New York, she adopted the stage name Cass Elliot, combining a friend's nickname and her mother's maiden name. She also briefly worked various odd jobs to support herself. Cass pursued roles in off-Broadway productions, including The Music Man. She struggled to break into Broadway, facing rejection due to her size. In the early 1960s, Cass joined a folk group called the Triumvirate. The group later evolved into the Big Three, with Tim Rose and Jim Hendrix. With the Big Three, she began gaining recognition in the Greenwich Village folk scene. They appeared on television shows like Hootenanny, giving Cass her first national exposure. Cass's powerful voice and stage presence set her apart. The Big Three eventually dissolved, and she formed another folk group, the Mugwumps, with Hendrix, Denny Doherty, and Zal Yanovsky. Though short-lived, the Mugwumps helped connect Cass to future collaborators. The Mugwumps recorded a few singles, but never broke through commercially. Still, their friendships paved the way for Cass's biggest opportunity. When the group disbanded, Cass continued searching for her breakthrough. In 1965, Cass joined forces with John Phillips, Michelle Phillips, and Denny Doherty. The quartet became the Mamas and the Papas, one of the most iconic bands of the 1960s. At first, John Phillips doubted Cass's fit due to her weight. But once he heard her sing, he realized her voice was indispensable. Cass's soaring soprano completed the group's signature harmonies. In 1965, they recorded their debut single, California Dreamin'. The song became a massive hit and an anthem of the counterculture. Their debut album, If You Can Believe Your Eyes and Ears, 1966, solidified their fame. Cass's vocals powered hits like Monday, Monday and Words of Love. She became affectionately known as Mama Cass. Cass's warm stage persona and humor endear her to fans. She often served as the heart of the group, both musically and emotionally. The Mamas and the Papas had a string of chart-topping hits in the late 1960s. They became symbols of the California folk rock sound. Cass's charisma made her a standout personality within the band. Despite tensions within the group, they left an indelible mark on music. Cass often longed for a solo career where she could shine individually. By 1968, the Mamas and the Papas disbanded. Cass officially embarked on her solo journey. She remained on friendly terms with some members, especially Denny Doherty. Cass launched her solo career with the album Dream a Little Dream of Me, 1968. The title track, featuring her lead vocals, became a major hit. The song showcased her unique blend of power and tenderness. Her solo career allowed her to explore a broader range of music styles. Cass embraced pop, rock, and standards with equal flair. She appeared regularly on television variety shows, including The Ed Sullivan Show. Her comedic personality made her a favorite on talk shows. She released several more albums, including Bubblegum, Lemonade, and Something for Mama. Cass collaborated with stars like Johnny Cash, Sammy Davis Jr., and Tom Jones. She dreamed of transitioning into a respected solo entertainer beyond pop. In 1972, she released Cass Elliot, showcasing more mature, polished work. Critics praise her interpretations of songs like Disney Girls. She began performing in Las Vegas, proving her versatility. Her live shows revealed her gift for both comedy and song. Cass longed for Broadway success, still chasing her theater dreams. She fought against being typecast as just Mama Cass. She dropped the Mama nickname in her solo career, preferring simply Cass Elliot. Yet fans still affectionately remembered her as Mama Cass. Cass married fellow musician Jim Hendrix in 1963, though it was largely a marriage of convenience. The marriage helped Hendrix avoid the draft. They eventually divorced, remaining friends. Cass was romantically linked to several high-profile figures, including rock stars. She was a devoted mother to her daughter, Owen Vanessa Elliot, born in 1967. Cass raised Owen as a single mother, fiercely protective of her. She struggled at times with loneliness and the pressures of fame. Cass battled insecurities about her weight, despite her public confidence. She often used humor to deflect from personal pain. Her generosity and warmth made her beloved among friends. She was known for hosting parties filled with laughter, food, and music. Cass built a close-knit circle in Hollywood, befriending stars like David Crosby and Joni Mitchell. In the early 1970s, Cass was at a career crossroads. She wanted to reinvent herself as a solo cabaret and concert performer. In 1974, she traveled to London for a series of concerts at the Palladium. The shows were a success, showing she had found her voice as a solo act. She was finally achieving artistic independence. On July 29, 1974, after finishing her London engagement, tragedy struck. Cass died in her sleep of heart failure at age 32. She passed away in the London flat of singer Harry Nilsson. Rumors falsely claimed she choked on a ham sandwich, but this was not true. Her sudden death shocked fans and the music world. She left behind her daughter Owen, just 7 years old at the time. Cass was buried in Mount Sinai Memorial Park in Los Angeles, where her grave is still visited by fans both young and old. Friends and fellow musicians remembered her as warm, funny, and deeply talented. Her recordings remain timeless, from California Dreamin' to Dream a Little Dream of Me. Decades later, Cass Elliot is celebrated as a trailblazer, a woman who broke barriers in music with her extraordinary voice, vibrant personality, and unforgettable presence.